Hello everybody, my role, Read Out Loud and Literacy, has moved from Facebook Live to my YouTube channel so that I can pre-record, and it means that we're not going to get any internet problems, a poor signal or anything like that. So I'm going to try also to do a read out loud of something that is topical each time. And yesterday, that beautiful day, I was gardening and also moving some logs from the bottom of the garden and came across a big, fat, beautiful toad. So I recalled that I'd written a book called Jump, Toad, Jump, and I've decided to read that to you now because this is a good example of anthropomorphism. Now, anthropomorphism, long word, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, anthropomorphism, 6 syllables, means when you give human attributes, human emotions and feelings to something which is either just a thing or otherwise a creature. And I've done it with the toad in this case. This is a very simple little story to start with. Toad had lost his jump. He was very sad. "Let me help," said Cow, swishing her tail like a skipping rope. "Now jump!" But it was no good. Toad just sat still. "Let me help," said Sheep, tickling Toad with his wool. "Now jump!" But Toad just sat still. "Let me help," said Pig, pushing Toad with his wet snout. "Get off," said Toad, but he did not jump. "Let me help," said Donkey. "Boo!" he shouted, stumping his hoof. Toad just sat still. "It's no good," they all said. "Sorry, Toad, we think you've lost your jump." "Wait," said Mouse, "let me help." "Sorry, Mouse, but if we can't make Toad jump, how can a little mouse do it?" said Sheep. "I can't," said Mouse. "But here is Elephant." "Hello, Toad," said Elephant. Toad did a huge jump right back into his pond. And so did Cow, Sheep, Pig and Donkey. So Elephant scared the whole lot of them. So that was an example of a book where I was anthropomorphizing all the different animals. And I've got another one like that, which is called Who's at the Zoo? This is for slightly older children. And in this story, there's a family that goes to the zoo. And you know how when you go to the zoo, you look at all the animals together, you talk about all the animals together in your family. That's exactly what this family is doing. And the boy has got his friend along to the family trip to the zoo. But what they don't realise is that whilst they are talking about the animals are watching them and talking about them as well. And the animals are finding them just as interesting as they are finding the animals. But it's a little bit from an animal's point of view. So remember that animals have different things that interest them and different things that they think are very peculiar about us. So here we go. Notice the pictures all the way through the first half of the book when the family are talking about the animals, and then in the second half of the book you'll notice those same pictures but in reverse. So as you're looking at the pictures in the first half of the book, you be imagining what those animals might be saying about the human who's talking. "This is the day that I went to the zoo with my mum and my dad and my great granny Prue, and with Becky, my sister, and my best mate Stu." Poor zebras, said Becky, they're plain black and white. It can't be much fun being half dark, half light. I wish I could paint them and make them look bright. Those monkeys are making a terrible din, and look at their tails, they're so spindly and thin. Hey, Zach, take a photo and make sure I'm in. Stu laughed at the hippos. They're so muddy, Zach, all over their heads and their legs and their back, and it's dried in the sun. See, it's starting to crack. Those elephants' ears are like big leather bags, and look at their skin, it's all crinkles and crags. It's weird how it wrinkles and creases and sags. His backside's so bright, said Dad, chuckling away. Blue bottom for anyone? What do you say? No, thank you, we all said. Not likely. No way. Mum frowned at the lion as she stared at his mane. I'm wondering if that goes flat in the rain. Great Granny said, I should think it's a pain. But little did Stu and the family know that the animals too were enjoying the show. Watching these humans is such fun, you know. Just stripes on the tummy, the small zebra said. Most odd, said the big zebra, nodding his head. And Zebedee, guess what? They come off in bed. How very peculiar, such a straight tail with a curl on the top and the rest long and pale. I'm never quite sure, Monty. Is that the male? Well, that boy's pathetic. He's not even tried. Rolling around should be done with great pride. You need mud all over, not just on one side. Those ears make me laugh. What a strange way to grow, attached at the top and like string beans below. Don't stare at him, Ellie. Just trumpet, hello. Look, Babs, on his head. No, it just can't be true. It's such a strange place to be coloured bright blue. I bet that he's terribly jealous of you. My goodness, how odd. Does she live in that nest? No wonder she's looking so terribly stressed. Come on, Leo, darling, let's go for a rest. So did you see how the animals were talking about every single member of the family and saying some things which we would never imagine? So, for example, on the very first page, we saw Becky talking about their stripes and how they were rather dull and she wished she could paint them and make them look brighter. And then when we come back to that page, they are talking about her and they think it's funny that she has got just stripes on her tummy and that they come off in bed. We think no wonder. Of course we take clothes off when we go to bed, our day clothes. But they think that it's weird. So that is called anthropomorphism. And that's a big long word with 6 syllables for you to learn today. Last time it was alliteration, 5 syllables. And that one was when you have words which are side by side that start with the same letter. That was lovely to talk to you, everybody, today. I hope you had a great weekend with all that sunshine. And I think we've got more sunshine coming today, so we can all enjoy that. And tomorrow I will produce some more roll.